Hello everyone, this is Stoop again. What you're looking at is a picture of the 1923 Neche-Gretna International Baseball Team. Neche is the town I grew up in North Dakota, and Gretna is a mile away across the Canadian border, and they would get together and form a team and call it the Internationals every summer. And they're a fairly decent team. They're well known in that part of North Dakota, Manitoba, Minnesota. And I know most of the grandchildren of these players, and they were around town when I was young. I can remember seeing them in the pool hall playing pinochle and just being involved in the town at the time. But what I have here tonight is a contract for this team to play the All Nations team from Kansas City. And the owner of that team was J.L. Wilkinson, also the owner of the Kansas City Monarchs. The manager is John Donaldson, famous player in his own right. A lot of statistics have been gathered about John Donaldson over the recent years, and it's mostly due to Peter Gorton and the Donaldson Network. They have documented 424 wins and 5,221 strikeouts, along with 14 no-hitters for John Donaldson. And he also mentored Satchel Paige in Satchel's early years. And you can see Donaldson pictured as a manager. And right behind him, the fifth player from the left, is a Baseball Hall of Famer, Jose Mendez. And both of those guys played a few years in the Negro Leagues in the later years of their life. So you won't see the great statistics for their major league stats, as they were mainly doing barnstorming and playing in other leagues. This is one of their barnstorming teams. I believe the picture is from an earlier date. And this is about setting up a game in July of 1923. And along the side, they asked if there's any other local teams in North Dakota or Canada that were good that they could play. Down the back, I've written a couple teams in Canada, Brandon, Manitoba, and Darlingford, Manitoba. So the next letter I have is a letter from my hometown team, the Neche-Gretna Internationals, discussing terms, the date, and the advertising for that game. And they also listed some more teams on there. This is kind of onion skin paper, so it's very fragile. It was the copy of the actual letter. Back in the day when you had a typewriter, you'd put the copy in the back and it would be on onion skin paper like this. So then the third sheet I have here is the acceptance by the All Nations team to play on July 6th. And it looks like they would get pretty much the entire cut for this game. And that also has the letterhead with J.D. Wilkinson and then the team photo, All Nations team. And finally, this was given to me by Peter Gorton of the Donaldson Network. He found a copy of the newspaper clippings about the game. And then All Nations team won rather easily. It looks like paid attendance was 905, which was a pretty good crowd for that ballpark back in the day. So that's what I have tonight, a little bit of history from my hometown, where Baseball Hall of Famer played in the old hometown ballpark, and a near Hall of Famer, John Donaldson, was there as a manager, possibly played. He wasn't. Well, I don't have the box score for that yet. And I believe Larry Galbraith was the agent for the team at the time. He worked for JL Wilkinson, and I believe he was also involved with the Boston Bloomers women's baseball team. So thank you, everybody, and hope you enjoyed a little trip down memory lane for me. Thank you.